There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exception.
Barbados, get up! Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Indeed, good morning to you and welcome to Monday the 11th of August 2025. How do you do? I'm Pearson Bowen. Good having you company. Now, this day last week, a lot of you were already on the streets getting ready for a Grand Kaduma Day. And somehow I believe a number of you are struggling this morning to get up and get ready for work. Why? Because it's a different activity? You still have to get up. So let's get up and get going, folks. It's Monday, and welcome to all of you who are watching us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb. To all of you and to each of you, very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, one thing, share the show, tell others about us indeed, and have them come by and not just visit with us, but stay with us. This is really as the Americans would say, the funnest place to be Monday to Friday indeed. So to all of you, a very good morning. Speaking of which, more spice, who you would see comment with us on our pages every weekday morning. More I met at the weekend. And so More was really wonderful running into you in the crowd of the mall. And so More, thank you so much for taking the time to come over and to identify yourself. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your stay with us. So Pat Ben, eat your heart out. Remember, if you know of something or someone whose story you need to tell, just drop us an email. It's simple. Drop us an email. The email address is on your screen. Get to know it. It's morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's the best way to communicate with us, all right? I thank you for doing so. So, Patricia Ben, good morning. There you are. How you doing, Pat? Have a lovely day. She's saying good morning to everyone, the crew, and to all of you. Wishing you a beautiful one indeed. Slender Glenda, my girl. She's wishing all of you beautiful viewers a great today as well. Slender, we send the very same back to you. Have a fantastic day. Rhonda Hines Graham, good morning, sweet Rons. How are you doing as well? Magnificent Monday to you as well. Ron is out there exercising. She's showing us how to live our best lives. And so to Ron, keep that up. You keep that up as well. She encourages us to keep the love. Thank you, Rons. Bajan Rock, good morning to you. Have yourself a terrific day as well. Thank you, Bajan Rock, for watching us and for commenting on our streams as well. Blessings, Barbados. Sandy Field Kelman, good morning to you, Sandy. How do you do, my girl? Have a lovely day, Sandy. Hoping to see you really, really soon indeed. So, Sandy, thank you for watching us and being a really good supporter of Mornin Barbados as well. I have some riddles. I have to wake up your brain today. I want you, however, to give me a call on 228-5562 or 228-5563. Those are the numbers to call to answer the riddle. I still have one that's outstanding, by the way, which you have not yet been able to get. That is, with pointed fangs, I sit and wait. With piercing force, I crunch our fate. Grabbing victims, proclaiming might, physically joining with a single bite. What am I? Again, one more time I'll tell you. With pointed fangs, I sit and wait. With piercing force, I crunch our fate. Grabbing victims, proclaiming might, physically joining with a single bite. What am I? 228-5562 or 228-5563. I think that is so simple. Really, 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 really so simple. 228-5562 or 228-5563 are the numbers for you to call me now. Also this morning, we'll take a focus on sport. We want to talk to a man who is putting his hat into the ring to be a part of the Barbados Cricket Association, the leadership going forward. Who is he and what is his mission? We'll talk to him in just a little while. Also, this morning, Anmar Goodrich Boyce gets the opportunity here on Mornin Barbados to talk to Terry Gale, who is a professional footballer who is just also plying his trade overseas, $1 million footballer, if you're so pleased. So we'll get to hear his story in just a little while with Anmar. But we have a call. Good morning. Hello.
Morning, Pearson.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just finished my workout.
I thought you would have. Did you go running, walking, what?
No, I had an inside training session. I have a personal trainer.
You do?
Richard is taking me through some stats. So we did an in-house exercise program this morning.
Well done. This exercise is about an hour or so?
Yeah, right? So trying to keep the body, and I want to keep looking good and aging well.
You're doing well. You're doing very well, sweet Rons, indeed. All right, my girl, talk to me now. What's the answer?
I saying a centipede.
Don't call the word.
I'm calling it because you put the thing there,
No, you could have told me, if you said to me a 40-legger, I would know exactly what you mean. But now you got me looking around the studio.
But don't set up yourself. You set up yourself,
You better look out for one today, I'm telling you. But, sweet girl, you wrong, though.
Well, if ain't that a cobbler, a black egg.
That wrong, too?
Okay, all right.
Thank you, sweet Ross. Have a good morning. So, folks, it is, with pointed fangs, I sit and wait. With piercing force, I crunch our fate. Grabbing victims, proclaiming might, physically joining with a single bite. What am I? There was an elderly lady who I met in the supermarket at the weekend as well. She was so much fun. She says, Mr. Boy, you better sit on that chair properly. You always bounce it up and down as if you're excited to talk to people. I said to her, yes, I do enjoy talking to people. So to you, ma'am, thank you for watching as well. Also coming up today, if you told a child that they should turn the pages to their science book, what do you think their reaction might be? Seriously, what do you think that reaction might be? I could see the grunts, the upset, the everything else. But there's a lady who's found a way to entice our children into science, integrated science. So she's written a book. She'll join me this morning as we turn the pages with her. So I'm still waiting on your call, still waiting on your answer. Also, food is a powerful part of who we are as people of the region. And so Carifesta 15 will have a culinary component. We'll talk to the coordinator about that and what we can expect as she whets our appetite for Carifesta 15. Also today, we'll continue to gather in St. Andrew. We'll hear what else is on the agenda. We'll also get to hear more about how our children can benefit from a collaboration with the Atlantis submarines. So the question remains, with pointed fangs, I sit and wait. Good morning. Hello.
Oh, good morning.
Hi, how this? Who's this?
Good. Yes.
Let me see. Is this Beverly?
No.
I know. Is this Monica?
Oh, yes.
I got it right second time around. All right, Mons. So how are you doing today?
Not too bad.
Good. How was your weekend?
I'm alive.
You're alive, thank God indeed. How was your weekend?
It was good.
What did you do on your weekend?
Rest.
What does that mean?
I do a little work and sit down.
You just sat down?
Yes. Watch television.
And you call that rest?
Yeah, I rest.
You didn't lie down at all at any point in
I
time?
lay down, I sit down. Everything.
And you weren't
But
bored?
it was a good weekend.
And you were not bored with that?
No. I don't be bored, so there's always something to be done. So
Okay,
it's never be bored.
good. So what did you have to do this weekend?
What I had to do? Just my housework. And do my cooking. And rest. Watch television. Read.
Monica?
Yes,
You did not go to church?
No, Pearson.
Monica, why not?
Because I did not go.
Monica, listen to me. If I was your father, you know that's a lash.
My father, he will have to raise when he died now. Come and beat me.
Fair enough. All right, so Monica, what's your answer?
It's a stapler.
Don't ask me questions. What's your answer?
I'm telling you, it's a stapler.
You can't be telling me it's a stapler. Explain to me why you say it's a stapler.
Because it's a stapler.
No.
Points. And then you pierce it.
Now let me go. Let's go through this riddle bit by bit. With pointed fangs, I sit and wait. Stapler.
Yeah.
With piercing force, I crunch out fate. Stapler.
I say stapler.
Grabbing victims, proclaiming might, physically joining with a single bite. Stapler.
Stapler got bite it. Squeeze
Oh.
it, bite.
So why not a dog?
I say a dog.
I don't know, but why not a dog?
Oh, you know?
So you really expect me to sit here and tell you that with your logic that you're right?
I think so.
You would really want that?
Yeah. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right.
If you're
It
right,
can't
you're
be
right.
wrong.
If you're
I'm right.
wrong,
Like
you're
you
wrong.
said,
You're
so.
right. You're right on that score. If you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong.
Yeah.
But what would you prefer me to say? Which one, right or wrong?
Right.
Were you skinny or you're right.
Because I'm right.
You're absolutely right. Well done, Monica.
Okay, have a good day.
Likewise to you. Thank you. Here?
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, good. I have a hard one now, though. Listen to this. George, Helen, and Steve are drinking coffee. Bert, Karen, and Dave are drinking soda. Now, using the logic, is Elizabeth drinking coffee or soda? Listen again. George, Helen, and Steve, coffee. Bert, Karen, and Dave, soda. What is Elizabeth drinking? Coffee or soda? Got you good, and I'm glad. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Call me right now, geniuses, and let me know what you've been able to work out on that one. George, Helen, and Steve, they're drinking coffee. Bert, Karen, and Dave, they're drinking soda. Bring me the logic and tell me, what is Elizabeth drinking? Is she drinking coffee or is she drinking soda? What kind of girl is Elizabeth? Which one do you think she'll drink, the coffee or the soda? But you must be able to explain it to me. 228-5562 or 228-5563. I know this one is going to take you a while to figure out. And you know why? Because it's hard. And it's deliberately difficult to take you that while. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Come. Call me. Don't be shy. Try your hand at it because you may very well be right. So, George, Helen, and Steve, coffee. Bert, Karen, and Dave, soda. What is Elizabeth drinking? What is Elizabeth drinking? 228-5562 or 63. Is it coffee or is it soda? Which one do you think it is? It is either one or the other. So that means that if the first person gets it wrong, the second person will get it right. Simple so. Good morning. Hello.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm all right. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. I'm well. Thank you. Who's calling?
Ken Farrell,
Ken, where are you watching from?
Christchurch.
Ken of Christchurch. All right, Ken, you think you got this answer?
She's drinking nothing.
She's drinking nothing?
Yeah,
Sure.
certainly.
Why would you say Elizabeth is drinking nothing?
You've identified what the other two are drinking.
The others are
Okay?
drinking.
It's very difficult, unless one is present, to determine what. Unless you're going to mix the two. But she's drinking nothing.
You sticking with she's drinking nothing?
Correct.
I asked you, the question is Elizabeth drinking coffee or soda? And you stick with nothing.
Neither one.
Ken, man. That's not right.
Okay.
Thank you for trying, though, Ken. The man with a deep voice. Ken, that's not right. But thank you for trying. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Which is it she's drinking? Coffee or soda? It's one or the other. Nothing is not a factor at all. So, George, Helen, and Steve, coffee. Bert, Karen, and Dave, soda. What is Elizabeth drinking? Is it soda? Let me hear y'all now. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Which one is Elizabeth drinking? I'm not even going to tell you what Ken said. If you were paying attention, you would know what Elizabeth is drinking. But I want to hear your logic. I'd still want to hear your logic. Don't take the easy way out. What is the logic? 228-5562 or 228-5563. What is it? What is it? Are you looking forward to Carifesta 15, by the way? I am thoroughly looking forward to this. It's August 22nd to 31st, right here in beautiful Barbados. There are things happening all around for every age, and literally on every stage. And so we want to encourage you to get out and be a part, participate in Carifesta 15. Many of the events are free, and so we want you to really immerse yourself, meet new people, meet the cultures from across the region indeed, as they all ascend and descend here in Barbados, and we will be telling you a little bit more in just a little while. So come tell me, George, Helen, and Steve are drinking coffee. You know me, I'm stubborn, I don't move. I'm not moving until I get an answer. George, Helen, and Steve, they're drinking coffee. Bert, Karen, and Dave, soda. What is Elizabeth drinking? Is it coffee or is it soda? Which is it? But bring me the logic. I know you're working your head out on this one. So this one I shall wait patiently tomorrow to get an answer from you on. And so I'll take a break right here. We're coming back with more on Morning Barbados in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together. There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special?
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
17 minutes after 6 o'clock now, let's get going, folks. Let's turn our attention, as I told you at the top of the show, to sport. The Barbados Cricket Association is having their general elections coming up really, really soon. And so they're electing a number of positions, one of which is director. One of the directors of the board, one who's seeking to be and return as a director of the board, is Kamal Springer. We know him as the manager of sports with the Barbados Tourism Marketing Incorporated, Sports Tourism. And so, Kamal, good morning to you.
Morning, President.
First question, why do you want to repeat as a member of the board?
Well, we're at a critical juncture now where we're just about starting the process of our strategic planning. And it's key to make sure that you have persons who are involved in that process retained, because you want to make sure that the planning that went in so far is not hindered in any way because of all these new persons coming in at one time. You want to make sure it's a progressive step. So we're now at that point now of engaging key stakeholders. You want to make sure that we have persons who have started that process to maintain.
There's some who might say, but we want a different strategy. Perhaps now is the time to change the trajectory. What would you say?
Well, they have the opportunity. When we engage stakeholders, they can let us know, listen, the strategy you're proposing is not quite what we want. We want to see these various changes. So this is the point for them to give us that feedback this upcoming term. And then we're losing the president who, outgoing 25 years on the board. We're losing another board director who was on for 18 years, have a brand new CEO. So you don't want to make too many changes all at one time. So the idea is for us to be able to come to these stakeholders and let them give us their feedback.
So how are you ensuring that you are re-elected as a director?
Well, there's no real way to ensure. You engage your electorate. You let them know what you've been doing over the last couple of years so they know that you've been working. And you communicate to them what you're aiming to do going forward. So that's strategic planning, focus on revenue generation, more engagement with stakeholders, and looking around at what's going on. in the government and saying that the political winds are blowing in our direction, and we have to take advantage of that. So those are the 4 key things that let people know that we need to focus on, and they'll make a decision come tomorrow.
So those who have the potential to vote are also assessing you.
Absolutely.
Talk to me a little bit about what you see to be your chief achievements over your last term that they without a doubt should be able to return you.
My focus was on the strategy of the organization. So we have various committee chairpersons, and I took the opportunity to focus in on the overall strategy, to continually, board meeting after board meeting, speak about how we can connect things and start to build that framework. So we went through that process of building that strategic framework to now go to the stakeholders. I would have been really involved in that process. So that is the strength of what I think I bring, because I focus on sports strategy on a regular basis, on a day-to-day basis. So it's an opportunity to bring that skill set to the BCA as well, and to allow the organization to build that next 2 or 3 year strategy going forward.
People want to see results. Do you have tangible, noticeable results?
Well, we're a collective, right? So no individual board member can come and say to you that I've done X, Y, Z. We come together as a board to do these things. It may be your idea, but it goes around the table, everyone inputs into it. So we've seen tremendous success in youth cricket level, regionally, women's cricket. We've seen a number of our players go on to the West Indies team. But of course, we want to do better. We want to make sure players are better capable to perform at the international level, create pipelines for women's cricket, go into schools and work for ministry education. So there's a lot more to be done, but collectively we've had good financial stability and good success on the field.
You came in as the youngest serving member of the directorate at the Barbados Cricket Association, and you're hoping to maintain that ranking, so to speak, that thing in history. How has it truly been listening to older heads who have seasoned positions and trying to be able to crack your narrative into that?
It's been incredible. The membership of the BCA is so varied. So when you engage with the members and they give you their feedback on what they've seen over the years from other boards, and then some of your colleagues who've been on the boards for a decade or 2, you learn so much in a short space of time. And I was able to engage them on so many different levels that I think I have a full understanding of the BCA and the history and the gravitas of the organization. So it's been wonderful learning from them. It's been hard sometimes communicating, obviously cross generations, but I've now understood how they see the organization and probably the best way to take it forward. So it's been a fantastic experience engaging with them.
Describe for me their reaction to your youth. Because again, seasoned positions, age is a factor as well for a lot of people. And so how did they accept, or what challenges did you see in saying, but I'm young enough to be able to see something totally different from what you see?
Yeah, I mean, my journey, it was initially, I was 19 years old when I first ran for the board, and it wasn't successful at that point in time, but they encouraged me. They came to me and said, listen, keep going, stick around, get involved in some committees, learn a bit more about the organization. And I did that. And 22 years old, they all embraced me and they gave me the opportunity. So I think they recognized the interest, but they wanted to make sure they refined it a little bit. And once I got to that level of refinement they felt comfortable with, they said, we'll give you the opportunity. And they've done so. They've embraced me ever since.
You talked about strategy and stability. Stability here now for a second. I'm looking at it from a financial point of view. Are you confident that from your input or from the collective input that the stability of the BCA has been rooted in something that is a strategy that is consistent and can bring real benefit?
Yeah, the board just before it came on in 2013 had made a really significant effort to build the finances to where it is today, and the board since then have maintained that. So it's key. We've got good experience in maintaining this level of financial stability. It's no time for growth. We're good at keeping it at this level. We need to now experiment and be speculative in how do we grow this revenue stream. Because you want more cricket development, you want to be in communities, you want to be in schools. You need more revenue to do those kinds of things. So that has to be top of the tree when we're looking at what we need to achieve over the next couple of years. And we're good at the stability, so let's see how we go with the growth.
What plans do you, Kamal, want to put on the table so that they're able to see what it is that you're suggesting to be able to achieve what you're talking about?
Well, day to day I see opportunities internationally, and there are entities out there who want to come into Barbados and work with us because the history of what our legends have done, the names that we have, and working with those legends to be able to make those connections internationally. You use Sir Desmond Haynes or Sir Gordon Greenidge or anyone like that to go internationally, they can open a door that none of us can. So we want to make sure that we look around the world for where the opportunities are and look at how we create revenue right now. Is that applicable across the region? Can we do some of what we do now in other parts of the region? Can we do it internationally? So understanding what those opportunities are, and day to day I have an opportunity to see the landscape sports internationally.
The marketing of the team now, the Barbados pride, because you're the local, and not just males, but the females who are doing also some really outstanding work in the region. Talk to me about what you see to be the trajectory and the strategy required to move that even further forward to be constantly in winner's row.
With the women's cricket, it's scary because we are champions and we don't have the strongest pipeline at the moment. So these ladies are just naturally gifted, and we're able to train them and get them ready in a short space of time. So the key goal for women's cricket is that pipeline. If you get that pipeline going, we produce more Hayley Matthews, more DeAndre Dottins, who dominate international cricket at the women's level. So the pipeline is key. If we can get that going into schools and communities and get women's cricket more popular on island, the performance of that team, we need to get 2 or 3 teams because of how good they are. We're looking at the men in the franchise. We are constantly competitive. We lose a lot of players to the West Indies team, which is not a bad thing because more players get the opportunity to play. And you will see that many of our players are recruited from other teams now to play, like Justin Gray is playing overseas and so on. So we're producing enough talent that not only the Barbados need them, other nations also need them. And we also have to see that as a positive, exporting talent. And not only to the Caribbean, but to the American leagues, the Australian leagues, the Bangladeshi leagues. So we have to do a lot more to not only develop that pipeline that's existing at the moment, but to continue to promote these cricketers to play internationally for greater exposure.
Let's talk about the incubator, which is local cricket now. I know we do a lot we have seasons that run quite for some time. Are you satisfied that we are doing sufficient to provide the opportunity for our young cricketers to show their worth and then to also make their team into the Barbados Royal team?
I think we're doing the best we can with the resources we have available to us. And that's why revenue growth is so important, because we can always do a lot more. Getting to a professional league in Barbados is the dream one day, but the revenue it would take to get that started and get corporate entities locally and regionally interested would also take some time. Getting more and more engagements and camps. The BCA doesn't have a summer camp. To have summer camps of satellites all over the country at different age groups would be quite important to identify that talent and then to go into a school system. We're not as active in primary schools, but again, that takes resources. So if you have the summer camp to identify talent and they go into the primary schools to continue the training and they go straight through secondary, it strengthens that pipeline, but we need more resources to be able to do that.
And that's where you come into play as well, because you're into strategy and also stability. So tomorrow is the general election. How many other people are up against you?
I think I'm in a pool of 6 people for 3 positions for the board of directors.
All right. Well, I wish you well.
Thank you.
I really wish you well. And he comes with the experience of as managing sports tourism for the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. So maybe that's a plus. But you, the voters, will decide tomorrow indeed. And so we await the outcome and we wish you the best.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome indeed. Kamal Springer, who is vying for the position of board director with the Barbados Cricket Association in their general elections tomorrow. It's up to you who have the right to vote to make your choice. I'm not going to say which one. You make that choice yourself. Indeed, I can't bias one way or the other. But good luck to all who are vying for positions in the elections tomorrow. Sports will continue to focus on, because coming up after the break, Anmar will sit right here. He gets an opportunity to talk to $1 million footballer from Barbados. Stick around. We'll be back in a moment.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. you.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Anmar Goodrich Boyce, sports journalist here at the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. And for this segment of Mornin Barbados, I have the opportunity to chat with a rising Barbadian footballer, Thierry Gill. Thierry, is also always actually so good to see you and hear from you. How are you doing?
Always a good, bro. You?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. And Thierry, you, first of all, congratulations on your transfer from Rapid Vienna to Bolton Wanderers. It's a massive deal. You're the most expensive footballer from Barbados. But before we get into your profession in terms of playing for Bolton Wanderers, let's start by you detailing your journey. How did it all start for you in football?
Well, I started football at 3 years old, so you know what I mean. I always wanted to be a footballer. My father always wanted me to be a footballer, so yeah, I was always playing on the street, always playing with the older fellas, like when I was 3, 4. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was an easy decision to be a footballer.
You mentioned your dad. Where did the love for the game come from?
From my dad.
Obviously, and
Yeah.
you know, your dad, he played as well. He had a stint overseas as well, playing football. But talk to me about your domestic football and playing here in Barbados. Which clubs do you play for?
I play for Paradise, I play for Pro Shutters, and I play for, I can't remember, Notre Dame in the Premier League, yeah.
Yeah, and Notre Dame in the Premier League, I actually remember that. I covered some of the games that you played in terms of your preliminary stage in your career in terms of football. And then you were actually a 15-year-old who got onto the Barbados Senior Men's National Football Team. So talk to me about that performance and that journey.
I mean, I didn't even know. Like, I was just always happy, you know what I mean? I was going to school and then on the evening I was going to play with the national team, men's. So I was always happy, you know what I mean? I don't know. I was always expecting it. So it's not like a surprise for me, you know what I mean?
And you mentioned going to school. Obviously, you attended the St. Leonard's Boys School, a team very prolific in terms of schoolboy football in Barbados. Talk to me about that and how Fabian Messiah would have played an impact on your pathway to being a professional.
Yeah, for sure. Messiah, he played a big impact, you know what I mean? But school football for me was fun because I had a lot of good players with me. Like I think I had even one of some of the best players in the island with me, so I think it was just mostly fun, you know what I mean? But yeah, Messiah was a big part in school football for sure.
And obviously, you left Barbados at the tender age of 16, going off to Hungary to join the Budapest Hoven FC, their academy. Talk to me about that, because I can't imagine it can't be easy for a teenager, let alone being 16 years old, to leave the shores of Barbados to, you know, pursue a professional career in football.
Nah, it was always difficult because I had to get accustomed to the weather. I had to get accustomed to the people, to the culture, so it was always difficult, you know what I mean? And for me, football was easy because I was training at the first team from 16. I just couldn't play as yet, so yeah, for me, the football wasn't a problem, it's just the living part.
Talk to me about, if you want to go a bit more in depth in terms of the living. You mentioned some of the challenges that you had. How was that? Yeah,
mainly to get accustomed to the food, get accustomed to the people, because it was not English, so it was a bit hard, you know what I mean? So I always used to have like a translator with me, but other than that, like it wasn't really no big problems like that. It was always good. Yeah, and I was just about to ask you in terms of the language barrier. I know that perhaps had to be a major challenge. Yeah, for sure, it was a major challenge, and I didn't want to learn Hungarian too, so yeah. I didn't plan to study Hungary my whole life, so yeah. So how did that work in terms of, you know, for you being able to know the coach's instructions and stuff like that? How did that work? Being honest with you, bro, it was just, they never really give me instructions like that. Like, it was just mainly like on defending and set pieces, like stuff like that. But like, they just let me do my thing always. So it wasn't really a big problem. And then obviously you left Hungary, and then you went off to Georgia, where that was kind of a breakout for Thierry Gill. It was your best season in terms of performances. You had so many assists and so many goals. Talk to us about that in terms of you leaving Budapest and then going over to Delagori FC. Nah, it was when I first heard about it, I didn't want to go. You know what I mean? I didn't want to go, but my father was telling me, yeah, give it a try. You know what I mean? Because they play Conference League, they play in Europe still, so still give it a try. And Dilla was, I think, the best for me because they had a lot of foreign players there also, so everybody speak English, and yeah, it was like a family there, so it was comfortable for sure. So it was the best move for me.
And then after going from Dilla, you went off. You got what was your biggest move to date. Then was the move to Rapid Vienna in Austria, a top-tier team, former Austrian winners in terms of the domestic league there. Talk to us about that experience and what you would have learned.
Nah, it was a crazy experience. Only problem was, for me, was the injury. You know what I mean? I just get injured, so that was the only problem. But other than that, everything was good. Everything was great. Like, I enjoyed my time being there, but I wish I could have do more. You know what I mean? Like on the pitch, but I get injured, so it was a bit hard. But yeah.
And in terms of Rapid Vienna, obviously you mentioned the injury. How was that in terms of a setback for you? How big of an impact was that?
Honestly, I was just pissed off. You know what I mean? Because I never get injured before, so I didn't know what to do. But every day I was talking to Imran and my father, and they was just always giving me encouragement. You know what I mean? So I was working hard every day. Yeah, I was suffering every day, and then I come back before the time. You know what I mean? So yeah, the time was gone quick. So I was ready to play again.
And you mentioned Imran Richards as well. You also mentioned your dad, Dwayne. Tell us about the support system and how important and crucial it is to have those people so close to you, especially in times where it's not going the best.
My dad and Imran always been there from the start. You know what I mean? So, and the funny thing is, my dad don't really like push me to do things that I don't want to do. You know what I mean? I was the one that always gonna tell me that, yeah, I want to do this, and he always support me for sure. So yeah, and Ron was always the one that like always encouraging me and giving me soft words, but my father always just give me the tough love. You know what I mean? If I want to do something, just do it 100%. I always work hard. So with my dad, I think, I don't know, but I feel that I owe my dad a lot. So yeah.
And I know obviously mom is there supporting as well from here in Barbados, and your community of Fair Valley in Christchurch definitely proud of you.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you want to tell those people watching this interview over in Fair Valley?
Nah, that's my community, man. I love Fair Valley. So yeah, that community belongs to me. So yeah, that's where I come from.
Obviously, you know, moving from Rapid Vienna, then you went on a loan spell over in Poland, and share that journey, because I know that one as well was interesting for you.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was a bit weird at first because the first 5 games we didn't play, and the coach actually called me to come. You know what I mean? Because I just went to Poland to get some minutes, because in Rapid at the moment it was hard to get minutes, change coach and everything, change formation, so it was no wingers. So I had options too. I probably could have gone England that time, but I just tell myself, yeah, it's better to go Poland, get some minutes, and then I can probably make the move. You know what I mean? So it was sharp, but it was a bit weird. But then I started to play, and then everybody started to see me. And then funny thing, the club in Poland didn't want me to go. No, so and I just came for a minute. So that was the funny thing.
And then from Poland, obviously, the move that sent Barbados into a frenzy. I don't want to say shockwaves, but it was something that made the island of Barbados so very proud. Thierry Gale moving from Rapid Vienna to Bolton Wanderers, a former English Premier League club. And when we talk about Bolton Wanderers, immediately the likes of JJ Okocho come to mind, Nicholas Anelka as well, Kevin Davies. So many top players would have played for Bolton Wanderers, and then the news came out, Thierry Gale going to Bolton Wanderers. Talk to us about that move, and how have you settled in Greater Manchester?
Yeah, I love it here. I love it here for sure. I love it here, but the funny thing is, Rapid didn't want me to go, but bro, I have Bolton call. You got to go. So it was an easy decision for me. From the time the coach called me and the director called me. Funny thing is, the director at Bolton now wanted me 2 years ago at a Premiership club, Championship club also. So yeah, I think I had to tell Rapid, yeah, I think this is the moment for me to go. I honestly feel away because I didn't do too much on the pitch for Rapid, but yeah, I always got love for Rapid for sure. But when Bolton called it, I had to go. So that wasn't a question.
What was going through your mind though, as you got the interest from Bolton Wanderers? Because I know how these things go in terms of transfers and agents and stuff like that, how everything can get kind of complicated at times. But what was going through your mind when you got the interest? I could be playing for Bolton Wanderers in the English Football League.
Bro, I think I don't even know, because I didn't really. I was excited, but I was a bit in shock. You know what I mean? I was a bit in shock, but I think Bolton's a good opportunity for me to get to the Premier League also. So yeah, I still don't understand how I feel yet. Still don't know.
And obviously, you impressed very well in terms of pre-season matches. You scored twice versus Shrewsbury FC in terms of that match, and then you made your debut just last Saturday playing in that game versus Stockport. Talk to us about the experience and how you've settled in at Bolton Wanderers.
The experience, bro, is hard. It's hard. It's in England, where in the game, you're like, I don't know how to explain it, but in the game, it's more running. You know what I mean? It's just, everything is just hard. Training is hard. The gym is hard. Everything is hard. But yeah, I think that's better for me, because that's gonna push me to the next level. So yeah, everything is easy here, and it's English too. So yeah, I like it.
How different is playing in England as opposed to playing in Austria, Georgia, and stuff like that, and Hungary?
Nah, it is a big difference. I think England's the toughest place to play, either way. So yeah, it's a big difference because it's more physical, it's more faster. You know what I mean? And yeah, you gotta run more. So that's a big thing in England. I think you gotta run more. So yeah, that's the difference.
What is the ultimate goal for Thierry Gill?
Get promoted to the Championship next season.
Get promoted to the Championship.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to a young Barbadian footballer watching this interview at the moment, seeing you play in the Sky Bet English Football League, and really just following your journey? What would you want to tell a little Thierry in Fairy Valley, or across Barbados, actually?
Man, bro, just work hard. You know what I mean? Always, like I said in the last documentary or something like that, always like do extras, because in Barbados you don't train a lot. So you know what I mean? So you always gotta do extras just to be higher than everybody else. You know what I mean? Because I don't think people know how much extras and how much work I was putting in outside the training with the national team. I was always working with my dad, always working with some personal trainers. So yeah, just always do extras and don't just settle for training on Friday and playing Saturday, because that's not enough.
And you mentioned the Barbados national team. And last question before we go, talk to us in terms of how important you think your move is and your progression throughout Europe for other Barbadian footballers to get similar breaks and opportunities.
Yeah, I think it's a good move, because now people can actually look into Barbados, you know what I mean, and probably find some players that's good, just as good, or got some talent, you know what I mean. So I think it's a good move. So now like scouts and agents and stuff could probably go and look into Barbados, and I think they will find some players there.
So you see yourself as well as a role model, Thierry?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much, Thierry. Always a pleasure to have a chat with you, and thanks again for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, that's Barbadian football star Thierry Gill playing for Bolton Wanderers, and it's always so good to see young Barbadians, and not only footballers, but kicking forward and scoring their goals.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together. There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and
We have 15 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock. I told you at the beginning of the show, if you were to ask a child to read a book about science, you know the reaction they'll give you, indeed. But big old me, as this little child this morning took up this book and I began to turn the pages, and I got it. It is so beautifully laid out and so well written by our good friend, Ingrid Armstrong-Walcott. Good morning to you, Ingrid.
Good morning to you, Pearson.
Good to see you again in a different capacity.
Most definitely.
Indeed. This book, why did you write this book, Integrated Science for Young Caribbean Scientists? This is book one, those 7 to 8 years.
I wrote this book inspired by a teacher who said, we need a science book. I am a teacher of over 25 years, but I'm also a mother of a young scientist. And when my daughter was at this very age, a teacher, his name was Leslie Gamble, taught her how to catch insects in a jar.
Yes.
And one day, she opened a jar with bees in my vehicle. We nearly drove off. We nearly drove off the road.
Yes.
I haven't included that experiment in this book, but I have included many of the ones that are interesting and exciting and give children the opportunity to really explore that side of them. A lot of children have very inquiring minds.
I think that's so important to do. And you're right. You're absolutely right. You will see children outside with their little miniature magnifying glasses looking for insects and understanding these things. And so you're training the mind through this particular publication to be able to put it into context so they understand the science, the ecology, and a whole host of other things about how things happen, how they grow.
Definitely.
And it's done in a very simple way because there are illustrations as well as it goes.
Most definitely. We are transforming education. And I have heard in recent times a lot about STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And in even more recent times, they've added art. And this book has integrated all of those subjects so that children get comfortable with the different areas of the curriculum and how they're interlocked.
The number of chapters that you've done 10 chapters.
10 chapters.
And it starts with living things.
Yes.
And goes into ecology, agricultural science, water, states of matter.
Oh, yes.
Weather, energy, the human body, which I think at that age they need to start learning about.
Definitely.
Forces, and ends with solid waste. But it also gives us a glossary of terms.
That glossary is extremely important.
Yes, it is.
Because you can imagine that a young child will be learning quite a few new words. The vocabulary must increase. And this glossary is age appropriate.
Yes.
So the definitions are not too far for a child to understand. And we had to include the glossary to make sure that it was very easy for them to have quick access.
Indeed, because if I were to ask you big hardback people watching, what is the atmosphere? I bet you'd get it wrong. I bet you'd get it wrong. According to this glossary, it's a big invisible bubble of air around the earth that keeps us safe and helps make weather. And so that is a very simple way of looking at it, but it's a very easy and effective way for children 7 to 8 to get it.
Precisely.
To get it, and as they grow, they get to learn a whole lot more as it goes.
That is the idea.
Did you test the book on anybody?
Of course.
So talk to me.
I would have... No, I'm a teacher. I'm a class 4 teacher, but we interact with children all the time. And I was given the opportunity to take segments of the book and share it with the children at my school.
Right.
We would have tested it that way, and they would have interacted very well.
That's brilliant. This book is so well written, and it's a textbook of sort,
Yes.
but it's also a workbook.
Yes, most definitely. It has those two elements. So it's teaching and they're doing. And that is the best way to cement these concepts in a child's mind, to
Yes.
give them the opportunity to do.
But there's so many things about science that you could have put in this particular book, but one. But you had to decide which ones are more important and the order in which. How was that process for you?
We used the curriculum. So this book is very close to the Barbados curriculum. And there are important areas of science that I left for book 2. For instance, the water cycle. It isn't in the class 1 curriculum, but it is definitely going to be in the class 2 book. So there's much to look forward for. I see this as an opportunity to have a positive impact on this current cohort and work with them through the next few years as they start with a simple and get better. I expect that they'll be anxiously looking forward to doing science at the next level.
I agree with you. You said class 1, 7 to 8 is class 1?
Yes, it is.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay,
I have heard that a lot of the areas covered are also infants B, which is 6 to 7. And ours is a spiral curriculum. So these areas will be revisited, but at a higher level in each book.
So this is like the foundation,
Precisely.
and then it builds and builds upon the knowledge.
And I like to think of it as an enjoyable foundation.
I think so too.
A very enjoyable foundation. I want children to be anxious and excited to open this book and to learn more.
Learn more about children, the unsinkable ship.
Oh.
That is on page 68. I'm sure you might have heard and you would have seen the movie The Titanic.
Oh, yes.
Learn more about that unsinkable ship right here. And the story is told.
Yes,
in the book.
It definitely is, because this is a chapter about water.
Yes.
And whether things sink or they float. Very important. And the truth is, I am a storyteller. So if you're talking about sinking or floating, the Titanic immediately comes to mind, because remember, the Titanic was the unsinkable ship.
That's right.
And it sank in about 3 hours. And it is useful for the children to understand how important floating and sinking can be.
And you're seeing a bit of it on that page on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. That's on page 68. I think as parents are getting ready for the children to head back into school, this is not just a must-have, this is a must-have, because it complements what happens in the classroom. I think it's important for teachers as well to become familiar with the book so that they can help it to complement what they're doing in the classroom.
Well, it actually appears on quite a few book lists.
Okay, good.
And I want to confess that at the beginning of the holidays, it wasn't available. It got to Barbados late. I was in distress. But it has since arrived. And I want everyone to know that it is here. And if it's on your book list, you can get it at this time.
Yes, indeed, you can get it at this time. So this workbook provides an enjoyable foundation for our future biochemists, physicists, mathematicians, marine biologists, and more. They learn to conduct research, discuss their findings, collect data, investigate the unknown, and to experiment using simple apparatus that is readily available in the average classroom or at home. I think this is really good to have in your book study at home, indeed. And sit for just a moment. I think this is a good interaction between parent and child.
Most definitely.
And us older ones, we get to relearn some of the things we've definitely forgotten. You know, a whole host of things. It's a workbook, but it's also a teaching guide.
Definitely.
And that is why this book is so critical to have, and to have now. So for those watching who are asking, but okay, Pearson, we get it. Because it's on your book list, go to your bookstores. But for those who don't have it on a book list, because it's not part of their particular curriculum, because they're private entities that may not, how can they get it? Call you?
Well, yeah. You can call me 828-2565. But it's in bookstores. It's in our larger bookstores at this time. It is definitely available.
Right.
And I look forward to interacting and finding out. The truth is, I got support for this book from a cross-section of teachers across the island. There were principals who called and said, Ingrid, you can do this and do that. And I took advice, and I am grateful for all of those who would have given input. In particular, Sean and Sandra Graves, they were the wind beneath my wings, making sure that it came to fruition, and I want to publicly thank them. So yes, go in a bookstore, it will be there.
It will be there indeed. Do you have a favorite chapter? Is there one that you thought, you know what, I would be so excited for our children to learn about this?
It would have to be the chapter on weather.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's on page 77.
You're there.
Helping you.
You're there very fast.
Because I had to go back to the index at the beginning.
So I'm here at page 84, actually.
Okay, you've gone on to 84.
And there are pictures of wind, calm winds, trees, and how the weather impacts on us directly. On page 86, we can see the impact of hurricane winds.
Yes. And we can tie that into now, hurricane season.
Precisely.
So it's very current to now, yes.
It is very relevant. Page 88 has a hurricane category chart, which would be extremely useful. God forbid a hurricane comes our way this year. A child could very easily look and see what those categories mean.
You know, you're so right, because oftentimes children are lost at a time like this with all the narrative.
Precisely.
And so they are also the most vulnerable, one of the most vulnerable segments of our society when it comes to weather conditions.
For sure.
So for them to be able to understand when we talk about category 1, category 2, 3, 4, 5, what we're dealing with, the parent now has an easy guide.
Precisely.
To be able to help them to be able to understand.
And it will help some parents too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we as adults aren't certain what these categories mean as well. So it is supposed to be all embracing, and I believe it will be.
This is well done, Ingrid. How long did it take you to compile all of this? You're right to laugh.
I'd like to say 2 years. One principal said to me, is it going to take you another 2 years to produce book two?
I think that's my next question.
But it shouldn't. Having gotten this one organized, I believe by the beginning of the next school year, book 2 and maybe book 3 might
because
be ready.
the demand will be on, for the children to move forward with their education. So you really got to get ahead of that curve.
Precisely.
Indeed. And so, folks, this is really a really, 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 really good book. It's Integrated Science for Young Caribbean Scientists, Book 1, 7 to 8 years old. And inside you are going to be brought into the world of science in a very fun, easy way, because it engages with everything about who we are and how we live, from growing to movement to nourishment to breathing to growing to everything about what we do. So we get a better understanding of reproduction. Then she places us within the context of who we are, where we are now by seasons, everything about it. There's a glossary of terms at the back of the book, so you get a greater understanding of what each term means. So as you hear the words, you now understand why, into context, why that word was particularly used and why you should use the appropriate words in certain circumstances. It also gives you an opportunity to color as well. You can look at the picture, you can identify, and then you can color it into your delight. Indeed, and so it is good, and it appeals to all of the senses. That's the thing about Ingrid, all of my senses are stirred by just turning each page.
I am so happy to hear that.
You're such a teacher.
Yes.
You have really thought of everything.
I certainly am.
This is brilliant. So
shout out to Grantley Prescott Memorial Primary School, where I am acting senior teacher.
All right, well done, congratulations. Indeed, and so the book is available at bookstores locally. It is on your book list, parents. It is a must have, and I want to encourage you, because you're developing young Caribbean scientists. We're building our children into appreciation of science, but also being a part of the changes and understanding those changes and informing what is to come as well as it changes. And so this book is a starter. Book 2 is in the works, and book 3 as well. So look out for that in the next year and the next year and the next year as it goes. But we are creating a foundation of people who love science, who understand science, and who can inform decisions going forward as well. thanks to Ingrid Armstrong Walcott. Thank you, Ingrid.
Thank you, Pearson.
You're very welcome indeed. I love it. I love it. Folks, we're taking a break here. We're coming back in just a moment.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
7 o'clock, let's look at the news now. More than a ton of illegal contraband has been interdicted by the Barbados Defence Force, reinforcing its position as a major player in the island's security system. Chief of Staff Brigadier Carlos Lovell made that revelation as he pointed out the critical work being done by the BDF to secure Barbados' interests at sea, on land and in cyberspace. Rachel Agard has a report.
Over the past year, the Barbados Defence Force has achieved many successes in the maritime, land and cyber domains. Chief of Staff Brigadier Carlos Lovell says his soldiers remain committed to serving the country steadfastly. He was speaking during the BDF's 46th anniversary church service under the theme Committed and Courageous in Service at the St. Matthias Anglican Church.
In the maritime space, the Coast Guard has interdicted over a ton of illegal contraband destined for the streets of Barbados, the region and the United States. On land, the Barbados Regiment has worked in support of the Barbados Police Service to bring violent criminals to justice, to seize dangerous illegal firearms, and to maintain law and order, even in the face of the spike in violent crime. The BDF has significantly contributed to this country's efforts to develop a credible and comprehensive cybersecurity capability to protect our nation's interests in the cyber domain.
And Brigadier Lovell says they will soon be partnering with the Ministry of Educational Transformation to steer some of the nation's youths from a life of crime.
Not only will the Barbados Cadet Corps see a continued and significant increase in membership, but the BDF will soon partner with the Ministry of Educational Transformation in the Barbados Youth Upliftment Program to help save some of our young people from resorting to a life of crime.
Priest in charge of St. Matthias, the Reverend E. Brian Thompson, reminds the soldiers to continue to serve the country with honor and dignity. And he urges them to remain a strong unit.
Each of you, through your courage and selflessness, inspires us all and exemplifies what it means to stand firm in the pursuit of justice and peace. You are often called upon not to fight and defend this country at war, something we hope that you'll never have to do, but to assist the members of the Barbados Police Service in keeping law and order in this country. And only last week you were doing just that as we concluded our crop over activities. And this is the type of commitment that you make without a blink of an eye.
After the church service, the salute by BDF soldiers was taken by Acting President, the Very Reverend Dr. Jeffrey Gibson, while other dignitaries looked on. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
Well, a fatal hit-and-run accident has prompted an appeal from the Barbados Road Safety Association for the motorists involved to do the right thing by contacting the police. The association's president, Roland Lowe, is also urging all motorists to be careful and considerate on the road. His comments came against the police service saying that the District B police station received a report of a body lying motionless along Watts Village Road in St. George around 11:30 on Saturday. Personnel from the ambulance service examined the body and found no signs of life, and a medical doctor subsequently pronounced death. Mr. Lowe has this advice for the driver.
We ask persons to always look here, consideration, and to look out for other road users. In a situation like this, we know that sometimes persons might be in shock. They do not use the best judgment in this situation, but just remember that this is somebody's family member, this is somebody's friend, and somebody's loved one. And persons will want closure, and the right thing to do is to come forward. Come forward, go to the police, and let them know exactly what took place. And we also, in general, just want persons to drive with due care and attention. On the road, as I said before, there's a hierarchy on the road. You have to look out for pedestrians and look out for other persons who are using the road as well as you.
Well, as of midnight last night, customers are paying more for petrol. The retail price of gasoline has been adjusted to $3.94 a litre and diesel $3.32 a litre. This represents an increase of 2 cents for gasoline and 10 cents for diesel. Kerosene remains $1.27 a litre, while there is a decrease in the price of liquefied petroleum gas. A 100-pound cylinder now costs $165.10. The 25-pound cylinder retailing at $46.37. The 22-pound $40.97, and the 20-pound cylinder $37.25. Sports now. The West Indies defeated Pakistan by 5 wickets via the DLS method in the second ODI in Trinidad and Tobago to level that series now 1 each. Sent into bat at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Pakistan's inning was curtailed owing to a lengthy rain delay, and they finished on 171 for 7 off 37 overs. Jaden Seals impressed with 3 for 23, while Hassan Nawaz top scored with 36. In reply, the West Indies set a revised target of 181 off 35 overs, reached 184 for 5 with 10 balls to spare. Ruston Chase led with a vital 49 not out, and Sherfin Rutherford 45. Nawaz returned with 2 for 17. Here are the highlights. Congrats, West Indies. Well, the third and final one-day international is set for tomorrow, starting at 9:30 in the morning. That's our look at news. We'll have more news on TV8 coming up at 12 noon. Morning Barbados is back in just a moment.
Ensure your safety this hurricane season. Gather emergency supplies. Gather food, water, and medicine. Stores and pharmacies might be closed, so organize your supplies into a go kit or a stay-at-home kit. A go kit contains at least 3 days of supplies that you can carry with you. Include backup batteries and chargers for your devices. A stay-at-home kit contains at least 2 weeks of supplies. That hurricane safety tip was brought to you by Ensure Max Protein. Take your routine to the max.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together. There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
11.5 minutes after 7 o'clock. Now, Carifesta. Today is the 11th. That means we have 11 more days, folks, until the start of what really is an explosion of all things bright and beautiful in the Caribbean here. There are delegations coming from right across the region and abroad who are going to be on Barbados for one momentous occasion, Carifesta 15, the 22nd until the 31st. Each day and every day, all day long, practically, there is something to do, somewhere to go, something new to experience, and also something new to taste. And so that's where we're turning our attention to right now, the culinary arts. And so we're happy to have Jennifer Barrow, who is coordinating the culinary arts for Carifesta 15, to join us today. Good morning to you.
Good morning, person. Good morning, Barbados. It's great to be here.
Thank you for coming. You have the most delicious job to do, indeed. How is it coming together?
It is actually very exciting. There's so many different moving parts because of the multiple countries, but that is what makes it interesting, so that all the patrons of Carifesta 15 can pretty much tour the Caribbean region and friends of CARICOM region to taste the different foods. And what we're calling it is roots, resistance, and a whole set of recovery and righteousness and all of these things on a plate. On a plate. And we're saying this food is not just about being served, it's having an experience.
Yes.
It's about having an experience. It's a cultural experience. We tend to think of all of the other arts, but cooking is actually a traditional art where you can find around the world. So there's that common ground of food. As you know, Pearson, when you're getting together with friends or even inviting in someone for business, you tend to do it over food.
That's right.
Food. Food is a big networking environment as well as sharing. And you tend to get into a different mood with the food as opposed to just straight business or new introduction, because there's something to talk about, something to exchange, you know, recipes. And not only that, you're looking at not only the diversity, but you're looking at the commonalities.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so you have me so bursting to taste this already, indeed. There are a couple of things. Will there be cooking demonstrations?
Yes.
Okay.
We have a variety of things going on. Obviously, throughout the between the 22nd and the 30th, because the 22nd is the opening, the 31st is the closing. All of the food booths within the food court of the Grand Market at the Festival Village will be open. So you can expect to sample, purchase, see, I say engage with the different representatives. So that's food all day, every day throughout Carifesta.
I like that. Now, because there are many delegations coming from everywhere, not just the Caribbean, but across the world, can you give us a sense of some of what they're preparing to bring so that we can engage with?
Well, it's interesting that a lot of the foods you're having, from your types of desserts to your Sunday food, one of the events, themed events, Sunday food, meaning your traditional Sunday fare. So you're having the various different types of tastes with the seasonings and how it's presented and so forth. And we are having this from countries like Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Haiti, Suriname, and then outside of the region, you have Venezuela, you have Panama. Yeah. So therefore the mix, obviously our host country, Barbados.
Naturally.
But the mix and so forth. So Sunday food is featuring Sunday fare. Pot turned down on the Friday. Typical Bajan pot turned down. What does that mean to you? We're not cooking, we're going out to eat. Food is coming from someplace else. And pot turned down is actually a street food focus. We're doing street food focus. So you're having things like Tanya, logs, obviously, for Barbados, you must always have fish cakes somewhere. And then there are multiple different things depending on the cultural background, shared and diverse. So, and the different languages too. All making up the whole CARICOM, Caribbean, Friends of CARICOM. But outside of those events taking place at the Festival Village, we also have a cooking workshop demonstration where the theme is tradition meets innovation. And we're going to have chefs like Chef Javon Cummins of Barbados, lots of awards. He presents food like art. But here's where we're seeing the tradition, rooted in tradition, but you also have the modern innovation to that food. So that's what that's about. And then, of course, sustainability is a big theme for the festival. And we have our Climate Kitchen showcase at Oyston's Bay Garden. And this is where we're featuring lionfish.
Yes.
We say from invasion to gourmet treat. And this is where we're encouraging people to look at using lionfish. It's not something that certainly here that we think about a lot, but because of the invasion and the fact that it's more readily available across the region at different times, we want you to learn to embrace it, use it in your cooking. And here is where you get opportunities to see different chefs from different countries showcase how to present lionfish. So that's why we're saying from invasion to gourmet treat, so that you can see how to prepare it, options for preparing it, and look at, we say, walk away with not just being full, but being inspired.
Yes,
being
indeed.
inspired to try something new.
And that's what's important indeed. So folks, if you want to know where and when and all of those kinds of things, don't forget carifesta.net. Carifesta.net. Carifesta.net, that's the website. Just go there, you see the events, and you follow. Plan your time, plan your day, plan your eating as well, because pot turned down.
Pot turned down, Sunday food.
Got that right.
Food all day long.
Street food, everything happening. And that's the beauty. Bahamas is known for its conch.
Yes.
So I can't wait to see what the delegations coming with as to how they prepare their conch differently.
Well, as you know, they have what they call crack conch, scorched conch, so many different things. But it's not only Bahamas. It's interesting when I looked at the submissions from the different countries. We have other countries who have conch, but we tend to just think about Bahamas and conch.
Right.
But there are other countries within the region that conch is actually a mainstay on the plates. So there's that. But one of the countries have said to me in terms of, because of the hours of the Carifesta and the opening of the Grand Market, they they will be offering you cocoa tea.
Ooh.
Think about it. Cocoa tea.
That's Jamaica?
It is not Jamaica. It is not Jamaica. No, it is not Jamaica.
Wow. You know,
Cocoa
and then there's
tea.
something called goat water. Have you heard of goat water?
Yes, of course.
Coming from the other side of the Caribbean. And I say like that because that's the way we tend to view things. But you would realize, folks, when you go to the Grand Market and you sample the taste, that there are delicious foods from across the Caribbean that we turn our noses up. You make it a sport. Have a sample of goat water.
It is so true. It is so true because when you think about it, the different tastes, the different spices, and when the theme of Caribbean roots, global excellence, think about where you can find the spices of the Caribbean that give you that precise taste that you know this is Jamaican jerk, this is Bajan seasoning, that's in your rice and peas or peas and rice.
Correct.
Whether it's pigeon peas or if it's red beans.
Yes, yes.
So
delicious.
Grenada, oil down.
Because
you have your country nights where you're looking at national dishes. So Grenada have said we're coming with our oil down.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So when you think about it, we want people to walk away from Carifesta. Yes, you had a good time. Yes, the food was great, but there's a whole history and a story behind that food. A whole history and story behind it.
And the willingness to experiment. Here, change up our dishes. Change the way we do things with a greater appreciation for what other people do. And if you like it, try it.
Exactly.
That's the whole point.
Exactly. So therefore, it's a matter of rooted in tradition, but moving and innovating to what is going on and different ways and means of doing things.
You're good. I'm watching you. You're really good. And so while we like the plated food, there are other finger foods, other little delicacies and condiments and so forth?
Yes, different things that you can do, how you can do it. And what I've said to the delegates for culinary, we had a Zoom meeting on Friday with all of the registered delegates who could make it. And it's a matter of them saying, engage, share recipes, talk about the whole story behind that particular dish. The different ways you can use it, how you use it, when you use it, why you use it.
That's right.
Yeah, because food, yes, food you eat to survive, but food is a whole experience. That's right. And that's what we want people to walk away with that extra knowledge. And being eager to try new things, as you said. Try new things because it's not a Barbados event. It's hosted by Barbados, but it's a regional event. And this is the moment to come and experience so much of the region and extra-regional friends of the region in one space.
Indeed so.
In one space in Barbados between the 22nd and the 31st of
I'm
August.
still trying to be brave to try dasheen. You know, but...
No, be brave. Be brave. Come on, person, be brave.
All right. It's
even if it's just a little taste.
Try it.
Try it. And then sometimes you might find, why did you not want to try it in the first place?
And that's the whole point. So I will try it during Carifesta. So folks, let's be adventurers of food at Carifesta indeed. We're exploring everything that the region has to offer and beyond because there's some very delightful dishes coming from everywhere. And you get a chance to have your meal, but you also get a chance to have conversation with those who've crafted those meals lovingly. You get a chance also to know how you yourself can try it. Workshops. The workshops that are coming in, do we have to register for the workshops?
No, you do not have to register for these particular workshops. You can show up for the workshop, which is Tradition Meets Innovation. That is going to be held at the Jane and Norma Holder Hospitality Institute, Hotel Palm Marine.
Love it.
And must include here that we've actually gotten some of the culinary arts students that will be acting as food ambassadors with the different delegations.
Very good.
So you cannot leave out the youth, and we will actually be participating in the youth village with healthy snacks.
Very good.
As you know, we're talking about health and the youth and the sedentary life with your devices. So healthy snacks presented by youth at the Youth Village at Barbados Community College.
Very good. I'm so proud of the work done by the Palm Marine Hotel.
Yes.
Because the students, I had the experience. So I know I left there with glowing tribute. and comment about the service and everything that happened there in that space. It was really, really, really good. A group of us, we went, so we all had a wonderful experience.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yes.
I am the former director of the Hospitality Institute.
That is all down to you.
That's why I'm so engaged and like to keep the youth involved, because when you see their passion, especially with the culinary arts, you can only encourage it and engage them.
It is lovely to behold, indeed. So, folks, it's all happening at Carifesta. 15, the 22nd to the 31st. Do not miss this. And if you miss this, you will blame yourself, because we all love food. We love to try something different. We love to smell something different. We love conversation as a Caribbean people. We love to cook. We love to try. We love to know. And so therefore, that's why it is a natural yes for all that's happening with culinary arts in the Carifesta village, indeed, and around the island as well, because there's that lovely night at Oystins, and there's some other installations all over the place. But you need to go to carifesta.net to follow it, to see for yourself. It's just where you need to be. But explore. Take time to explore and experience and find and interface with and to get know more about. But in doing so, you'll also meet some very interesting people, because we'll find that we're also similar in so many ways, but our differences are the things that we want to know more about. So use those differences to create conversation, to create connection, and to create lasting memories forevermore, indeed. So get out. Folks, Barbados, get out and enjoy this, indeed. We want to thank you so much, Ms. Barrow.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
It has been wonderful talking to you. You have got me very hungry right now, but I think we're all excited now to really get to that and to really have a good time engaging with Carifesta culinary-wise, if for nothing else.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Morning Barbados takes a break. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together. There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together. There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
I have a book to give away. You remember we spoke about this, Integrated Science for Young Caribbean Scientists, Book 1. Well, the author Ingrid Armstrong Walcott has given us the right to give one away to one of you by simply calling me right now and let me know which ship was known as the unsinkable ship. Which ship was known as the unsinkable ship? This is so easy. Call me and let me know. Don't just call because you like to have to win. Call because you have a need of the book. And so call me and let me know which ship was known as the unsinkable ship. 228-5562 or 228-5563. So which ship? Furthermore, if it's one of the younger ones who can call as well, I would really love to hear a young person's voice right now as well. So which ship was known as the unsinkable ship? We spoke about this just a little while ago with Ingrid, and so I want to hear from you if you were paying close attention. What do you think is known as the unsinkable ship? This has a wonderful catalogue of information for young scientists indeed, looking at living things to ecology, agricultural science, water, states of matter, weather, energy, human body, forces, and solid waste. We have a call. Good morning. Hello.
Hi. Good morning, Pearson. Hi. How are you doing?
I do well. How do you do?
I do pretty well, too.
Good. What ship was known as the unsinkable ship?
The Titanic.
And do you have a need of this book?
Well, I have a youngster that I have in mind to give it to.
So, really, a boy or girl?
A boy.
Is he into science?
I think so, yes. His mom is always, yes.
Or is he struggling with science?
I can't say that he's struggling with science. I'm not sure, but I know that his mom and dad normally would send him to the science camps.
Okay, wonderful. Then this is well placed. Thank you so much. Stay on the line. We'll take your information from you and have the book available to you, okay?
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Well done. Well done indeed.
You.
This is going into the right home. This is going into the right home. This is fantastic. We bless it, Father. So well done. This young man is going to really do well in his science studies indeed. And so let's turn our attention now to St. Andrew, the arts indeed. And so we're happy this morning as we continue to gather in this month in St. Andrew. These ladies come beautifully in their green. They could have cautioned me because then I would have worn my green this morning. Next to me is Roseanne Myers, who you know, of course, is General Manager of Atlantis Submarine. And they have a very special offer on right now for children. And Katrina Kelman, who is part of the Parish Organizing Committee. Good morning, both of you.
Committee.
You are the?
PRO of the Parish Independence
You are
Committee.
the PRO?
Yes, please.
All right, good. So you know best. How has it been going? How has it been going so far?
Well, we started on Friday the 1st, and as you can hear, you know, it's a little gone on the vibes. Yes. But it's been going wonderful.
Yeah.
We have every time we had something from the first right back down to last night. Actually, we had a really good turnout. And then now we are trying to push our major event, which is Crab Night on Saturday.
This coming Saturday?
This coming Saturday.
You all come up with this crab thing?
Yes.
You know, this crab thing. Just if you thought of it.
Yes.
You know. Crab. But I mean, it's amazing how many people really love this.
Yes, actually, before we even finished last year, people were actually asking already for the date for this year. So now we have it all planned out. It is the market event. But you can also, instead of crabbing on the Saturday, you can also crab on the Friday. There will be no music or anything on the Friday.
Right.
But we will gather.
Saturday there's music.
Yes, we will gather at the entrance to Long Pond, and then we will move off for about 7 o'clock to go and catch these crabs.
Roseanne, have you ever done this? You could say no.
I've never done it, and chances are
you won't do it.
But listening to Katrina, it sounds lovely.
We're holding you to your word.
Now meeting her, and she's excited about it, so I might give it a try.
Can you imagine in the dark of night?
I can't. But
You're out there hunting for crabs.
That's a great idea, though.
I love it. I love the idea. I won't do it, but I love the idea. I mean, and it's amazing how many people actually turn up to do this.
Yes. Last year was my first year on the committee, and Pearson, we had a big turnout. The persons come, you get on the back of the trucks. Well, I was working with setting up, so I didn't go crabbing. But let me tell you, when people come back to just hear the people talking about the excitement of it, the little children, and all involved to catch these crab, and the excitement, the enthusiasm. I got to try this.
This is something that is so unique to St. Andrew. It's just not funny. Only in St. Andrew do we do crabbing. When?
1998.
Y'all started the crabbing exercise. And to be able to maintain this is really a love for it.
Every year, and people come from all over.
We're gathering at the entrance of Long Pond.
And then we're going.
At what time?
We're gathering for 6.
For 6.
And we're leaving for 7.
All right.
And then the Saturday is the same thing. We're gathering for 6 and we're leaving for 7. But the Saturday now we have the entertainment, we have food, we have drinks, we have the performers, we have the DJs, we have the big do-down for St. Andrew on Saturday evening.
You sure you have enough crabs?
Of course, of course.
The people who poach these things when they shouldn't, anyhow.
Of course, we have enough crabs. We have that. Whoever comes and they need, even if you just want leg, you can get leg.
Okay, because afterwards you come back, you cook it.
Yes.
Cook them.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm telling you, I have nieces who love crab legs and so forth. I'm amazed at how they can consume this thing. But
you need to go.
I clearly need to go. You too.
Need to come down. I even invited Tisha, and she's coming down. She's supposed to be coming down, and you need to come down. You don't even have to catch a crab. What you can do is, just for, a picture says 1,000 words.
Go ahead.
You hold the crab and take a picture.
Not me, girl. You hear the sound of those things? Nonetheless, there's these big pots at the end of it that you do your...
Yeah, a huge pot.
Right.
And you boil the crabs there.
I think this is fantastic, everybody. At the entrance to Long Pond in St. Andrew, that is where we gather for 6 o'clock.
Yes,
and
please.
we then take off from 7. And do I have to dress differently?
All right, so no, not necessarily.
So
but
I come
we
with
also,
slippers?
No, I wouldn't advise slippers. I would advise sneakers or an enclosing shoe. But we also offer a package where you can get a t-shirt alone for $40, or you can get a t-shirt, a flashlight, and a whistle for $60. You can sign up on we have the link in our bio on our IG page, St. Andrew PAC.
Okay.
And if you don't want to do that, what you can do as well, you can email me, pro@standrewpac.com.
All right. pro@standrewpac.com.
Yes,
and
please.
get to know more.
Yes, please.
I wish you all luck. Well done to all of you. This Friday and this Saturday.
Right. Friday's
crabbing
only the
nights.
crabbing, but the Saturday then is the market event.
Okay. And in the market event, there's crabbing, but there's other
also
things going on.
entertainment, there are DJs, food on sale, drinks on sale, the whole works.
Right. All in Long Pond.
All at the entrance to Long Pond.
At the entrance to Long Pond.
Yes, please.
How do you get to Long Pond?
You know where the East Coast is?
Yes.
Yeah. Right, so we're in the middle of Belle Plaine and East Coast.
Okay, I'm picturing.
So if you're coming from the East Coast, when you approach Santosha, like 2 seconds away from Santosha, on the right-hand side is the entrance to Long Pond under the mulch trees. Right there will be.
All I know exactly where you are then. Say no more.
Yes, right there.
Say no more. I've been to Santosha, so I know exactly where you are.
Right, so you can stand
Don't get lost, Rosa.
Google Maps.
Yes, Google Maps.
Google Maps.
Google Maps work for you.
Really but you can stand at the entrance of Santosha and look to
across.
The entrance of Long Pond. Yes, please.
Crabs down in there. Oh. Thanks for telling me. So, Roseanne, there's something fantastic happening as well. As part of the celebration in St. Andrew, where the submarine, Atlantis submarine, is doing something brilliant. What is it?
Yes. So when we heard about the whole plan for the whole year, Atlantis is in Barbados now 38 years. It was not originally a Barbadian company, but we have tried to embrace, and we fairly much all the staff, everybody's Barbadian.
Yes.
So we try to embrace what is happening on the national calendar. So we've basically offered every parish the opportunity to gather the kids in the parish who we think might be deserving of, may never have been on Atlantis submarines, along with the parish committees for regathering to come, and we will provide an experience on the water. Wow. We feel it's very important, and corporate Barbados, and sometimes you look at the way you can embrace the community, and there are simple things that you can do. Mm-hmm. So we are offering tours, and even though some parishes have not yet been able to put their groups together, it doesn't run out. Right. As long as you come within this year, we'll do the free tours. So we do have a lovely group from St. Andrew on Wednesday this week, and the organizing committee has put together, we don't get involved in who you choose, you know, basically, and the criteria. We know for St. Peter, they had some kids that volunteered and worked really, really hard at road tennis in a camp, and they decided that that was going to be their reward. Wow. And I was very pleased when I met them, and I hope the same thing happens in St. Andrew, that a lot of the children had never been. Even though we have a very nominal fee for school children, some parents just can't afford it. And even though we do outreach and comps and so on, there will still be some children who cannot have never been. So we feel really, really pleased that St. Andrew has taken it on board. We have 40 kids coming, and it is part of our way of imparting the information. Is an educational experience, and it's entertainment. So it's edutainment, really. When they leave, and all of the things that you're doing with the crabbing, which is a traditional Barbadian thing, you should learn something. So what we are trying to make sure happens is that the children in St. Andrew get a chance to learn something about the underwater environment, about what they can do to impact on the environment, and the fact that there's a connection between what happens on land and what happens in the sea. And if they're lucky, they'll be able to do what we call underwater karaoke. We actually sing. Only place in the world, of course, but we actually get the kids to sing underwater and do a little video.
You can imagine with the fish as your backdrop.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we are very pleased that the St. Andrew Organizing Committee has taken this advantage, and we really invite all the other parishes. If you missed it, it has not passed you.
Yes. Make contact with
Atlantis Submarines. We, on our IG, which is Atlantis Submarines Barbados, you can just type that in. You will see the details and the offers. We have weekend specials for Barbadians as well, under the Regathering umbrella, 50% off a regular rate for adults, 2 for 1 for children. This is really our give back. If we're doing Regathering, and I keep teasing all the parishes, wait till we get to St. Michael, because we're in St. Michael. Wait until we get to St. Michael, because that's our people. But we're really excited and very, very much encouraging, take advantage of the offer, gather the children. Even if you run over the number we're offering, we'll work it out.
Accommodate. And I think for those of you who are watching overseas, we know we have thousands of you watching overseas, and you're planning to come home, grab this offer, 50%
yes.
for Barbadians, indeed. So grab the discount.
And the diaspora, for sure.
Yeah, indeed.
Definitely.
So go on to Atlantis Submarines Barbados on IG and see the details as to how it's going to work. This is fantastic. So I know this Friday, don't forget, this Friday and Saturday, we're going crabbing. We are going crabbing. Torchlights, buckets, whistles. I would love to see me too. I would love to see me as well. So I'll work my imagination. But you know, crabbing at Long Pond. Saturday, we're sticking around a little longer because there's entertainment, music, food, drinks, socializing, everything else. Of course, when we catch our crabs, we're coming back to cook them and enjoy the crab legs and everything else. But then there's some other things that are happening in your parish as well. You know, I know for sure that you have karaoke at Sober's Bar coming up.
That's on Wednesday.
That's on.
Yes, please, for 6 o'clock. That's in Shuri Village. Well, like as you know, yesterday we had karaoke in St. Simon's. On the 18th, we are then going back to St. Simon's by St. Clair's, and then the weekend after the crab night, then we're going into sports.
Soccerama.
Yes.
Talk to me about Soccerama, because you have to enter. You have to admit, you breathe it hard, girl. What happened?
Well, yes. So there's going to be.
Do you want to borrow it?
Sure.
There you go.
All right. So I had to borrow Pearson's flyer. I'm sorry, but I had to borrow Pearson's flyer. So Sakurama is on the 23rd, and you have to pay an entry fee of $100. So you have first prize, second prize, and third prize, and it's going back on the Barclay Pastor. And I think you know where that is.
Yeah, of course.
Right. So this is in connection with the St. Andrew Lions, which is our big football team from down in the east.
Yes, ma'am.
And congratulations to you guys.
Indeed.
Yes.
So to enter, how do we do so? How do we register to be a part of this company? It's 5-a-side, I think it is?
Yes, 5-a-side.
So how do we register our team?
Well, right now, once from the not only from the flyer, but you can go on We Gathering Barbados, We Gathering St. Andrew Lions on IG, or you can scan the QR code.
Scan the QR code.
Yes.
Indeed. So we really want you to come together, those of you who love the game. This one is so fun because there are no goalkeepers. Who would have thought? Who plays football without a goalkeeper? Well, you do in this game. It's 10 minutes a half, and 3 corners equal a penalty.
Yes.
Get 3 corners, that's all, that's a penalty. And this is. I love the rules to begin
You know what?
with.
I'm going to offer some tickets as prizes from Atlantis for night tours.
Sweet.
For the winning team.
No problem. What I will do is when we go off.
Oh me.
Of course, of course. I'm going to bring a crab for you. When we go off.
A live one.
A live one? Okay. So when we go off, Roseanne, what I will do, I will give you the president of the St. Andrew Lions number so you can get in contact with him. But yes, Pearson, thank you so much for that. But it is, we have so much to go on. We have so much more going on.
There's a lot.
We have the lady short pants cricket.
Offering tickets for that.
Business happening right here, brought together by Barbados.
Brilliant. You know, it's really
we actually this is the final match, and this is winner takes all. It was 3 matches. The Pinky Polyballers won the first one, the Wellness Explorers won the second one. So now this is to see who is
naturally. And the signal prizes of some trips on Atlantis submarines.
And so
that's a lot to pay
I will
for.
definitely help.
So I would give her all the contact information.
Good.
Yes.
But our main focus right now is crab night.
Crab night. Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
Friday and Saturday.
We're going to give you a prize, the biggest crab caught.
Ooh.
Take a picture and bring it for me.
No, we're bringing the crab for you.
Take a picture and send it to me here. The biggest crab caught gets a prize from Atlantis Submarines.
Yes.
So there's every reason for you to get up there early o'clock, folks, and turn up, be among the hundreds who will be there indeed. And good luck to all of you. Good luck indeed.
But
remember,
even if you don't want a crab, you can still come out and enjoy the
from the sidelines.
atmosphere.
Yeah, right. We'll show you some video. I know we did some before. We'll show you some video of what happens. This is the experience.
Yes,
even the little ones are out there taking that brave trek in the dark of night into unknown areas, waiting for the sound of a crab scratching its way through me. And using a hope. Look, she's holding on to the duck, scared as ever. So everyone is invited to come out there in St. Andrew on Friday and again on Saturday for crabbing night. Remember, gather at 6 o'clock by Long Pond entrance, and then at 7 o'clock you are out getting out there to really get out there and go hunting for crabs.
Yes, a lot how brave the children are.
Good for them. We're all made differently. That's all I can tell you.
Starting to feel bad for the crabs.
You know,
why?
Taking a mad dash for the crab, me. So anyhow, so folks, that's on Friday, and then again on Saturday as well. It's the big market event this time around because they're adding now to the crabbing activity, music and fetting and dancing and performers and everything else indeed. And don't forget, you have opportunities as well to grab hold of those specials offered by the Atlantis Submarines Barbados. Remember, go online into your Instagram, see that specials, the details, and book your packages indeed. Underneath there is spectacular.
Absolutely.
In most cases, far more beautiful than above the ground indeed. So discover it for yourself indeed. Don't let the Titanic be the only talk of the day. Have a moment on the Atlantis Submarines. Go see for yourself what's happening beneath our waters indeed. It's a totally different world. Correct. One to be experienced indeed. Thank you so much, Roseanne.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pearson.
Do you remember to take the picture of the largest crab? Because that's a prize to be given by Atlantis Submarines, and I can't wait to see it.
No problem.
Don't kill it. Braid in the bucket and show me. A see-through bucket. don't remove the lid.
So just leave it over there and just you will save from there.
Cover it
No
in a
problem.
see-through container, put it right there, and I'm good to go with that.
No problem, Pearson.
Thank you, ma'am.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, Katrina and Roseanne, indeed, talking to us a little bit more about what's happening in St. Andrew. Big, exciting activities, indeed. We'll remind you as the days get closer as well. Folks, we're taking a break. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together. There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
So we're 9 minutes now to go to the hour of 8 o'clock. I hold in my hand this book. It's called The Mirror by Angela Padmore. She tells her journey from diagnosis to triumph. And that, to me, tells you that even in spite of your diagnosis, there is hope still. And so, Angela, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You told me I could call you Angela, so I call you Angela.
Yes, you can.
So, Angela, talk to me a little bit of this diagnosis that you're talking about.
Thank you for having me, and I really appreciate this. I was diagnosed in October 2018 at the age of 61. That was a time when I was kind of like shocked. I'm like, me having cancer at that age? Now, what am I supposed to do? What's my next step? But there is a God, and it might sound funny, but I said to him, I don't know what is this that you're bringing at my door, but whatever it is, I hope you have a ways and means of taking it away from me, because I certainly did not ask you for this. And so said, so done. It wasn't an easy journey, but I pushed through, I forged through, and here I am today.
I like that. You had a conversation with God.
Yes.
See God as a person with whom you can have a conversation.
Exactly.
And that makes it possible.
Yes.
And he wants us to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, and that's the beauty of the whole
and
thing.
It's your faith.
It is your faith.
It's your faith. Even because sometimes, like how you and I are having a conversation now, we might probably figure, well, you're not going to respond back to me. But he responds in a different way.
And he always responds.
Definitely.
Always responds.
Definitely.
Now, at 61, what happened that caused you to get the diagnosis? What were you experiencing?
I wasn't experiencing anything. I woke up one morning and out of the clear blue, I just decided to examine my breast. And I'm like, what is this? This is feeling kind of unusual, feeling kind of strange. Some hard lumps in like 3 different places. So I went to the doctor, and she in turn sent me then to do a mammogram. And in doing that mammogram, I realized that I was experiencing pain, because you know that machine, it compresses the breast. So I was experiencing extra pain on that side. So when the diagnosis came back, she said, I'm going to send you to do a biopsy. When I went to do the biopsy, that's when they told me that it was stage 2 breast cancer.
Right. Until that point, were you taking regular mammograms and checks and those kinds of
things? Yes, every year.
So suddenly it just was there.
They probably missed something the year before. I don't know, because sometimes it does happen, because we as black women, we have dense breasts. And if we are not careful, if you're not doing the right thing, they would have missed it.
Yeah.
The mammogram and the sonogram would show up more.
And I say that because a lot of times women tend to think, okay, it was checked last year, I was good, so I don't need to go back again.
Yep.
And that you get it wrong.
That's right. That sometimes then is a bit too late for some people, not for everybody, but even though it might be a little late, sometimes there's still hope.
But why did you start to do mammograms at all? Was it because of the education or something else?
It was because of the education here, because I'm a Barbadian, of course, and after I had my first son, that's when I started doing mammograms, because I wasn't doing it before.
The reason I asked, if it didn't bother you, why bother?
I know, if it's not broken, don't fix it,
Precisely.
right?
Precisely. But you went, and that's a good thing, because I really want women to get that. Know for yourself, have your regular mammogram checks.
And men too as well.
And men, I know.
Yes.
But in particular, because I know there's been a fall off in the number of women who are presenting for their mammograms. And so I want to encourage you ladies to really go seek that information, get to know for yourself.
I think sometimes what it is out of fear, because they don't want to know of the unknown. But sometimes not knowing the unknown is better than not knowing at all.
But in your knowing, you were able to do something about it.
Exactly.
What did you do?
Well, I did the biopsy, like I said, and because of the fact that it was lumps in 3 different locations, because our breast has different quadrants, so there were lumps in each quadrant, so there wasn't no possible way of me doing a lumpectomy, so I had to do a total mastectomy.
And that changed your world.
Yes, it did. It did, but looking back on it now, I realize that I made the right. It may not have been a decision that I wanted to make at that point in time, but I had a choice between saving my life and losing the breast, and I chose to lose the breast, because here I am today to tell somebody, yes, it's a fear, because that's not a decision that you really want to make, because women are so proud of their bodies.
Yes.
They don't want to disfigure their body. They think that they would be less of a woman, but that doesn't define who you are.
I mean, the book you've written talks a lot. Reflections in the Mirror, you talk about you were open enough to talk about your diagnosis, the breaking of the news to others as well, who you love, how the treatment processes that you went through, how you use your faith to assist you with your healing, the impact it has had on your family and your relationships. Just navigating that health system alone in itself is a bit of a journey.
It is a challenge,
and it was a challenge. Tell me about that, you know, your road to recovery, and then it took some time to reflect as well. And so your faith has kept you strong, but there's a lot that a lot of women can learn from reading this book in the mirror.
Yes, they can.
When you look now in the mirror at yourself, who do you see?
I see a strong woman. I see someone who has overcome. I mean, it wasn't an easy journey, but I pushed through, and here I am today. As a result of that pushing through and not giving up on myself, because I could have given up. There were days when I wanted to give up, but I have a grandson. He was 2 years old at the time. He made sure that I got up out that bed every morning.
Wow.
At 2 years old. Grandma, come and get me ready for school. He made sure of that. I'm like, where's your dad? He's sleeping. I said, so I need to sleep too. No, you don't. Come and get me ready for school. So that was his ritual every morning. And I think that was God's way of saying, you got to get up out of that bed. So when I got him ready for school and I sent him off, I made sure that I didn't go back to bed all the time, but because doing chemo, it makes you very exhausted. And I would get up, I got up, dress up, and I showed up. The days that I was feeling good, I would just go to the mall and walk around. Don't necessarily have no money, but that's beside the point. It's the fact that I got up, I dressed up, and I showed up. I showed up for me. And then there was some people that saw me because I didn't have no hair, and I tell them what I was going through, and they'd be like, really? I'm like, no, don't give me that sad tone. I don't need that. That's the last thing I need right now. Stay positive, because I'm positive. I also work volunteer with the American Cancer Society and the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network. The Cancer Action Network is a society where we go to Washington, D.C., and push to get these bills passed so that patients that have cancer can get paid off time. and not be afraid of losing their job, because it's very hard. A lot of people have been terminated from their job just because they're sick and they can't go to work. My job even did that to me, but I wasn't worried about the job. I was more worried about my health. My health was more important than any job.
You end in your last chapter by saying, looking ahead, I do not look too far ahead because tomorrow is not promised to anyone. I take each day as it comes and work with what I have.
Amen.
Your final paragraph, we are queens and we intend to wear our crowns with pride and dignity, with whatever strength we have remaining.
That's right.
Knowledge is powerful, ladies and gentlemen. So ladies in particular, have your mammograms. The Barbados Breast Screening Program is available to you because, and this is something that we should not take for granted.
No, we shouldn't.
Because it is in Angela's screen that she discovered what had to be dealt with, and so she dealt with it. She faced with it. She went through what had to happen, and so she survived. And so she continues to survive, but she has a book available to you to read from her journey. It too can give you inspiration because she has passages of scripture which inspired her that you could probably find inspiration from as well.
Right.
And I see all of that already in the book. I know in that short time she goes, but how did he see all of that?
I
saw it. I know. It's in here. And so for those who might want to read the book for themselves, how can they do so?
It's available on Amazon.
Mm-hmm. It's called In the Mirror, The Journey from Diagnosis to Triumph by Angela Padmore. Angela has been it's right there on your screen. Take a look. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You see the beauty within and you see the beauty without as well. So we want you to be a lot more informed and educational and conscious of what needs to happen as well. So ladies, it is not the end.
That's it.
Hers is an inspiring journey as a breast cancer survivor who is a testament to the power of hope, courage, and the resilience of the human spirit. You have the same as Angela. Get the book. Read about it for yourself. If you're dealing with it as it goes right now, know that you're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
Angela's book shows you you're not alone. If you haven't yet confronted its reality, get the book to see what happens indeed. But ladies, have your mammograms done. The breast screening program is open to you as well. Angela, thank you.
Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much indeed. The book is available on Amazon. That's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you for joining us. My little crew joins me in wishing all of you today a beautiful today. And most of all, we look forward to seeing you, if it be the will of the Lord, tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning, Barbados, good morning.